Welcome to Mommy's Black Book Podcast, the ultimate me time where we spill the tea.
From motherhood to sexcapades and everything in between, grab the wine,
Because it's Girl Talk time. We're your hosts. I'm Lexi Lynn.
And I'm Miss Baby May.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope you've been having a great week. Miss
Staying
May.
cool out there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about this heat wave.
This heat wave. Okay, so some of you might not have experienced the heat wave. We're all the way on the West Coast.
Up in the north. We're in the northwest.
Oh my God. It was murder.
Okay, so fun fact, my husband's a complete weather nerd. Okay? Like hardcore weather geek.
Is he one of those people who knows the names of the clouds?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, those people impress the shit out of me.
Yeah, right?
Because I learned about all that shit in science class and it never fucking stuck in my brain.
Okay, so
Never.
it keeps me up to date every single day on our weather situation.
He's like,
he impresses me every day.
May, those clouds.
Yeah.
They mean a storm's a brewing.
Yeah, he has taught me to identify all the different pressure systems and how to identify which way the wind's coming from and what it means when it's coming from a certain direction. Like,
That's nice. That's
it's
sexy
amazing.
nerdy because it's useful.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man. Anyway, but he was nerding out and he was like, "No, you don't understand. This is a significant weather emergency. Like, this is a significant thing. This is the first time in recorded weather history for this state that it's ever been that high."
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
This is the first time in 12 years that the island has ever gotten that high.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it was nuts. And, like, people don't think about it. Like, people down south, they're like, "Oh, wussies, blah, 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 blah."
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, you don't understand. Our high here, on average, during the summertime is, like, 80.
At the max.
At the max. We are not acclimated to this weather. 1 out of 4 houses here has AC. Like, down south, everybody has AC. So, of course, it's going to be bearable. My bedroom was 102 degrees.
Yeah, it was 92 degrees in the house. And we kept all the blinds closed.
Yep.
Everything. We kept all the sunlight out of the house. Lorelai commented at one point, "I feel like we're living like vampires." And yes, it was so hot. It was miserable.
Absolutely awful.
I have my gentleman friend gets up for work at 3:30 in the morning. He has to be there by 4:30. And the other day, he messages me at 3:30 in the morning because we had been having a conversation the night before, and then it just, like, he didn't respond to my message. So he woke up and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I crashed out," and, like, responded to the conversation. I just happened to be awake. Normally my phone's on Do Not Disturb, so I wouldn't have gotten it till I woke up. But I just happened to be awake because it was so fucking hot that at 3:30 in the morning I hadn't managed to fall asleep yet.
Yeah, no, I feel you. My kids slept in the backyard the last 3 days in the tent. I didn't even care what time it was when they fell asleep. Jay and I have been staying up till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
because it's just
baby
you can't sleep.
It's
man.
just I'm
Miserable.
like, I can't even be mad.
Mm-mm.
It's freaking horrible. I'm so glad that it's cooling off.
Yeah, this wonderful 83 degrees felt glorious
Seriously.
today.
Seriously, I was like,
not made
what
for
are we
the heat.
talking about? I mean, I came from Southern California, so I lived in the desert. We had 120, 130 degree temperatures
Yeah.
regularly, but I haven't experienced that in 3.5 fucking years.
And it's different up here.
And you get the humidity up here.
Exactly, it's not a dry
And-
heat.
Yeah.
Drink your air.
Yes.
Sticky mess.
So, I took the opportunity to run away last night because I have family coming up for this coming week. My son is turning 1.
That's exciting.
Oh, my little baby. He's growing up so fast. He turns 1 in a few days. So my family is coming up from Southern California, and I was like, hey, so my dad's going to be crashing at my house. Well, I'm not going to be able to just, like, have you come over.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, but it's going to be a little sketch, like. So, I can I see you before
My dad gets here,
yeah, can I see you? And we made plans, and originally he messaged me and was like, hey, I'm having a really shitty day. Can we, like, reschedule? And I was like, that's fine. My day just went to shit, too. And because it was right after we got the message that the house was going to be sold and we had to move.
Right.
So I was like, that's fine. Neither of us want to hang out with anybody right now. But then he and I are talking back and forth, and I'm like venting to him about like the situation, and he's talking to me and he's like, oh, you're gonna be okay, you know, like you're a good mom, you're gonna be able to handle it, I know you can, you know, just letting me vent and all that. And then he's like, you know what, fuck this being upset and alone bullshit, do you still want to come over?
Absolutely.
And, yeah, so I was like, yes, you do. I do. But at this point it was like 6:30 and he lives almost an hour away. So I was like, do you mind if I just crash there? Especially because they're doing construction on the bridge. So, you know, I was like, can I just crash? Is that fine? I was like, if it's not fine, I don't care. I'm not going to be offended.
I just have to ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's fine with me, with like the little happy face, you know. So I go over there and we hung out and crashed, and it was so nice because it had AC.
There it is.
He had the portable fucking air conditioner unit, and he lives in a studio apartment, so the one portable air conditioner
Got the
fucking
central air.
Exactly. So we fell asleep cuddling on the couch last night, even though it was over 100 fucking degrees outside. Because that motherfucker was blowing directly on us. However, I met this man's dog.
Aww.
Okay. We have dogs. And I'm sure at one point, I know for fact you've heard them in the background at one point. Because they're loud motherfuckers. But this man's dog puts my dog's neediness to shame. Okay?
Aww.
He has a pit bull. I'm a pit bull lover. And this doofy little dog comes and he's like spazzing out so hard. He leaps up on the bed and he's crazy at me. And then I pet him and I'm loving him, and he's laying on the bed between me and, you know, my gentleman friend. And he's just looking at me going,
So like, you gonna pet?
And he did not shut up until I put my hand on the top of his head.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
then
precious.
he was an under the blankets sleeper, the dog is. So we have my gentleman friend who's got no fucking blanket. He's just knocked out, snoring hardcore. Okay. You've got me who's lying there going, okay, this nice cool air feels good when I'm in a new place. This is weird. And then you have his dog that's just like, hey bitch, what are you doing in my spot? I'm supposed to be under that blanket, not you. The whole fucking night.
That's cute.
So the whole night last night, I was either cuddling a very well-built man or his dog. And it was a good night.
Yeah, you can't complain either way.
Right?
Win-win. Good for you.
It was awesome. It's the first night since 2016, okay, that I have slept in a bed with a man that's not my husband.
Wow. How
Yeah.
did that feel?
A little fucking
A
weird.
little weird.
It did. It felt weird because I was like, after we hooked up, part of me was like, I should be going home. Oh, they're blowing up fireworks outside. I don't know if the speaker caught it. The window's open, so maybe you will.
Maybe.
Fireworks, man. It's about to be 4th of July. And up in Washington, they blow them up a month early. I don't know why.
Even though we just had an unprecedented heat wave.
Right?
And everything's dry as fuck.
Joe got Roman candles for our fucking wedding anniversary
course he
last
did.
week. I was like, he comes home and he's like, so I might have gotten a little something something for us.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like,
For
did
us
you
or for
buy
you?
mushrooms? And he's like, I bought fireworks.
Next best thing.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Well, that's exciting. We were supposed to be going camping for the 4th, but we're having some car issues, so we have to put that on hold. I'm really bummed about it because we were supposed to do our fertility thing,
Yes.
so we just have to push it back. But, I mean, who knows? I might already be pregnant.
Oh.
So,
Ooh. Have you missed your period?
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but like, fingers crossed.
Fun. That's exciting.
That's exciting.
Fingers crossed. Well. No camping though. That's disappointing.
Yeah, not now, not this week. 'Cause we were gonna leave on the 3rd. We were gonna leave on Saturday, but we have to revise the plans. Instead, this is what I was gonna tell you. Instead of going camping on Saturday, I'm having something else happen on Saturday.
Ooh, what are you having?
My very first gangbang.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
He like set up this whole thing, like an event page, and then overnight we had all these people like asking to sign up for it. So he vetted some people, and we have 6 men plus Jay.
Oh.
So it's gonna be.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like a grill, like a barbecue, and like gangbang. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Girl.
I'm really nervous.
I would be too.
It's a lot of dick.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of dicks. And you know what? Freaking, I'm excited for you.
I can't wait to tell you about
Oh my
it.
God, I can't wait to hear about it. Like, freaking, I told Joe about how you got the offer, and they were like, oh, well, we're not looking for any men to join. And I was like, because that's one of his fantasies, is watching me get gangbanged. And I'm like, baby, I am down.
Yeah.
Like, I've said more than once, I'm like, there are a few men in my lineup that I'd love to get lined up. Like, come on.
Run a train right
Yeah.
here.
Come on, baby.
No, I'm really excited because like when that one person had approached me about that one gangbang, and they were like, well, we want you to be a centerpiece, but no, your husband can't join. And I was like, I'm not really down for that. You know, like thank you for the offer. I just wanted to get you in touch with them. I totally forgot about it. But like when I told Jay about that, he was like, well, that's kind of dumb. I'll see what I can do. And then he fucking pulled it out of his ass, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me right now.
You have the best husband ever. Let me surprise you with a Tuesday gangbang, baby.
I know. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
wait, you did what now? He's like, yeah, and there's 6 guys coming on Saturday. And I was like,
A man after your heart. Oh my goodness. That's, oh my goodness.
I'm really nervous.
I would be nervous too.
Slightly intimidated.
I would be too. See, that's my thing. That's why the group that approached you, I'd be really hesitant to join them, but because they're like, oh, well, we don't really want your husband, you know?
That's sketch. That's
I'm
weird.
like, my husband is my security blanket in that
Exactly.
situation. If I'm in a circle of 6 dudes with just me and we're all naked with our fucking junk out, I'm severely outnumbered in that situation, and you can literally do anything you want with me, and I'm helpless.
Vulnerable.
Yeah. So I'm like, in that situation, I definitely want my husband there. Even if he's just the one behind the camera, because he's like, I don't want to be in the gangbang, I just want to record it.
I'm an observer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if he just wants to watch, no, not without him being there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Safety.
Absolutely.
Safety first, guys.
See, and
Be a safe hoe.
that's Jay and I on the way over here actually had that conversation. He's like, I'm totally cool with you like hoeing it up, whatever, but like I'm weird about it because you're a smart girl, but you're also really stupid. And I was like, yeah, you're right. He's like, I don't want you to like go after some hot guy and then end up in like dead because he's hot.
Yes.
And he's like, I love you,
Yes.
babe, but like that's why I have these rules in place, because like I want to protect you, and that's my role in our dynamic, is to be your protector. So
Mhm. Exactly. That is one of the things. So safety is a huge concern. The internet has made it so easy for predators.
oh yeah,
They used to have to go, like in the 80s, they had to go hunt you out in person.
yeah,
You got followed home from a bar. You didn't get Tinder stalked.
or TikTok,
Yeah.
or anything
Facebook
else.
or, and I mean, and I was raised by a cop. So I was taught very specific things like don't do this, don't do that. And my lifestyle goes very much against it.
Yeah.
Goes very much against everything I was raised. But because of that, I carry a gun. Always when I'm meeting a new individual, for my safety. That's why originally when Joe and I started opening up, he always met people with me. It wasn't until probably about a year or so into being open that I started meeting people by myself. But even now, like, I'm very hesitant to go out and meet people.
People are fucking crazy.
Yes, and it's like we were saying in, previous episode, you're not going to know they're not a Ted Bundy until you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Until it's too late.
yeah. You're not going to know that they're crazy until they're trying to strangle you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I am very cautious about going out and meeting people. And one thing that Joe commented on was that you're more comfortable with them coming here than you are with going out and meeting them. And I'm like, well, going out and meeting them, anything can happen to you in a public space.
Yeah.
And while anything can happen to you in my home, I'm on my turf. I'm on my, I have solid
home field advantage.
Yeah. I know the layout.
Mm-hmm.
I know where my weapons are hidden. And I know where to go to get help if I need to flee the house.
Exactly.
You know?
This is a safe zone.
Exactly.
And that's exactly why whenever we meet people, we always have them come over to our house. Like, when our kids are not here, because like I said, we have every other weekend free.
Yeah.
So, we spend those weekends meeting people at our home, because it's weird to meet them out in public, you know?
Yeah. And so my recent gentleman caller, he's been to the house, and he's been to the house with the kids and stuff. But I met him first out in public, and we hung out, and, you know, I got that vibe. And we spent time together before I allowed him to come over to the house. And then he came over, and he's been here a couple times, and he's hung out and everything. But the rule is there's no displaying of anything in front of the kids. Like, especially because, like, for some people that I've been involved with, they're actually, like, friends with us, you know? So it's just, when the kids are around, we're just friends. Just friends. No, nothing. Like, a hug, sure, because I hug everybody.
Right.
But, you know, no, like, I'm not going to kiss somebody else in front of my kids.
Or flirt with
you
somebody.
know? Oh, I'll flirt, but it's not going to be, like, a hard flirt.
Right, it's not, like,
not
obvious to kids.
It's not going to be, like, me walking up and grabbing his ass, like I did at the park the other day when we were by ourselves. Yeah. I was like, sorry, I don't know about your PDA boundaries. I have no shame. And he goes, oh, no, I love that about you.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, that's not changing. So.
Dang.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
Well, my week was hit and miss, really. With, you know, I got notice that I have to move, which sucks. But, you know, I had some good times with, you know, my friend, and just in general. We were going to make a video, but the heat killed it. I am excited for when we do, though. I don't want to reel too much, but there's ice cream involved.
I am so excited for that.
I told Joe, I was like, we need to do a part 1 and a part 2. And part 1 should be just you and me, and part 2 should be a group. I was like, we need to fucking... He goes, text May and be like, you want to be a slut Sunday?
Absolutely.
Right? I was
Sign
like,
me up.
she would be down. Don't even tease me.
Shit.
Oh my goodness. So...
You know, when you text me that, I was like, Jay, she's gonna be a slut Sunday. He was like, that's cool.
Your paint video inspired me.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Oh my
It
god,
was so
I
much
loved that
fun.
paint video. It gave me so many fucking ideas. But so it was a combination of your paint video and something that my daughter said, that she was like, it's so hot, I wish that we had ice cream.
Light bulb.
And yes, I was like, ice cream on my body. Bing!
Bing! That's brilliant.
Yes. So I'm super excited for that.
This goes back to our kink episode. I am one of the few that have a food kink.
Yeah.
I love food porn. I love food kink stuff. Splashing. Very fun. Into it. About it. I mean, my husband's a fucking chef, so, like, why the fuck not?
Right? Joe thinks it's really funny because I will get unbelievably horny when I eat good food.
Oh, me too. Me too.
There have been times that he's made me dinner and he's like, how is it? And I'm just like, oh, get over here because I'm going to suck your fucking cock when I'm done with this steak. And he's
You want to
like,
bend me over this table while I finish it?
what? And I'm like, babe, this food is so fucking good.
No, I know how it is, yo.
I'm like, fuck Applebee's.
Legit.
Like,
Legit.
oh my goodness. So I am just staring at this giant dildo that you have sitting on our counter.
It's massive.
It's insane. Like,
I love it.
oh my goodness.
He's wonderful. He weighs about 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, maybe 5 pounds.
That's a good
5 pounds.
That's a
dildo.
5 pound weight right there. Like, what the hell? It is the length of my forearm and my hand together.
It is the circumference of, I think, the wine bottle, to be honest. Just about.
Oh my god. Pussy stretching.
Yep.
How did it feel?
Incredible. It was kind of painful at first. But I think, like I said, it's just nerves. I was really like intimidated and nervous by it.
Yeah.
But because I can take my husband's fist just fine. But it's also a different shape.
Yeah.
You know? So
it's a different shape and you can slide it in.
yeah,
like,
and then
so
you can do that.
Freaking, I've never been fisted.
Unfortunate.
But we tried. We started it one night. Okay. We had a night. Have you ever had a friend hear you fucking unintentionally?
Probably. I mean, yeah.
Cause
probably.
okay, we were all drinking. We had a couple friend over, and we were drinking, and they had their kids here. She had a baby, little baby. She's breastfeeding. She goes into my room, and she's laying on the bed, and she's breastfeeding a baby, and she falls asleep with the baby, and her man fell asleep on the couch, and we were like, fucking Christ, we want to fuck.
Right. Can you like move?
Yeah. So we're in the kitchen and we start getting frisky and all of this stuff. It starts getting wild and I'm like, I want you to try and shove your fist in me. And he was like, what? And I was like, you heard me, bitch.
Fish me.
Yeah. And he's like, where the fuck is that coming from? I was like, I don't fucking know.
But I want it.
I was like, we're going to see if it could fit. And then he got a decent little way in there, you know, about half his hand or whatever. And then we heard someone stir. And we were like, oh, what was that? What the fuck? And I was like, did he just wake up? And Joe goes and he looks in the living room and he's like, I don't think so. He's still laying there. His eyes are closed. And he was like, okay. So then we like stopped a little bit and we're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. Well, then we're just too fucking horny. And so we just keep going. We put the mission aside.
Right.
And we're just like, we're gonna just go. We're fucking on the fucking counter right now. And
It's your house, yo.
right? Well, apparently the next morning I wake up and my girlfriend comes out and she goes, so, did you guys have fun last night? And her man looks at me and he just smiles. And I was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And apparently he heard everything, 100% of everything.
Oh.
And I was like, how much of everything? Like, how much are we talking? And my friend goes, oh no, he heard the and I was like, oh no.
Mortified.
Yes, it was completely like just pure embarrassment. I was like, it is not easy to embarrass me, but in that particular moment I was like, oh my God, plum fucking or tomato fucking red. Like,
So did he hear that you were trying to get fisted?
I don't know. I don't know if he woke up after that or if he woke up before and heard. But like at one point, Joe like grabbed me by the hair and like smacked me in the face and was like, "Shut up, bitch! Don't be so loud." And he heard that.
Yeah. Rock on.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it was completely freaking mortifying. Oh my god.
So I have come to the realization that everybody in my quiet, quaint little neighborhood hears me, because I
Oh
am
my god.
not quiet. When I don't have the children at my house, I am not quiet.
Oh hell yeah! Like
By
if you don't have
any
any
means.
reason to be quiet, why not? Like
No, not
if
quiet.
I get drunk enough, it doesn't even matter if there are kids in the house.
That's fair. True. That's a true
Like-
point. Been there.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids.
Luckily, most of the time when it happens that I'm not drunk, they're asleep. But
So my cat's in heat right now, and I was sitting out on the porch swing the other day, and I heard her screaming, just screaming because she's so horny from inside the house. And then I realized, oh
no.
if I can hear my cat, my neighbors can hear me, like very clearly.
Okay,
And we are
so-
next door to a bed and breakfast.
Oh no!
So
All the fucking old people
Yeah,
trying to have
yeah.
their vacations. Me and Joe used to fuck on my back porch all the time when I was living with my dad because I had to go outside to smoke. I
Right.
was 25. I was in the middle of a divorce, and I was living with my dad when we started dating, and so we would go outside to smoke, and we would start getting flirty and all that shit. And I had a daughter in the house watching cartoons in the living room. So, yeah, he and I banged out on the fucking back porch multiple times. And I was like, my poor neighbors are going to get really tired. Because they were the kind of people, it was summer when we started dating. They were the kind of people that kept their front screen door open. And the back porch, the way that it was, the back porch was off to the side of the house, between our two homes, not behind the house. It was more like a side porch, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, yeah, I was like, they hear us 100%. Like, even if their freaking door isn't open, their living room windows cracked, they are hearing us fuck out here 100%.
Fuck it. What's
Yeah.
gonna happen? I mean, I don't understand why people get so wigged out by hearing people have sex.
Dude, I think
like-
it's hot.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
I'm like, ooh, what you doing?
Ooh, they fucking
Right?
Awesome.
The only time that I'm annoyed by it is if it's like, I hate it when you have a neighbor that like the headboard slams against the wall.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hear the headboard bang against the wall, but I don't mind if I hear you and they're making all your moaning and
noises.
shit. I'm just like, moan away, bitch. Get railed.
Get it? Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, just have your fun. So, okay, there's a song in this play. I haven't seen the play. I would love to see the play, but it's called Avenue Q. And oh my god, I have to show you this fucking. It's done by puppets because it's so dirty that it would be a sex show essentially if it were fucking on
Ooh.
stage. And there's a song in it, and the whole thing is you can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. And
Beautiful.
like freaking
Absolutely.
it starts out with like a phone call ringing, and then it's like a tenant complaining about another tenant. Hell no, I won't tell him to quiet down. I'm gonna have to show you. It's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But freaking, so I have had some interesting experiences, like bad ones. Have you had? Okay. What's your worst one?
My worst experience. Okay, so I was 22 or 23, somewhere around there. I was newly single, freshly divorced,
Ooh.
single mom, new to the town. So I was like, I'm gonna let my hair down. I'm gonna, sow my wild oats. So I
Yeah.
found this guy who I met while working at a gas station. I was like a little car attendant, cute little girl, met this guy, hit it off, took me on a date. The bad experience started on the date.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay. So he was 20. and I was 22 or 23, so obviously younger. I just never a problem to me, but ever since this situation, I've told myself I will never go for anybody younger because of this situation. So he took me out to dinner, a really nice restaurant, and I was like, well, I'm going to get a beer. And then he was like, why are you getting a beer? And I was like, because I want a beer,
Right.
you know? And he was like, well, I'm 20 and I can't have one. And I was like, you're taking me on a date, first of all. I don't give a shit if you're 20 and you can't drink. You're going to pay for my beer and you're going to watch me drink it.
Right?
So he reluctantly got me a beer and I enjoyed every second of it.
You're like,
then,
I'm going to just sip this loudly in your face.
Right. And then, like, he took me out to a movie, and that was fun, but he kept trying to get, like, handsy in the movie, which I'm totally for, but he just wasn't doing it the right way, and I was like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I let that fly, and then he took me home, and then I was, like, horny, because I'm always horny, so I was like, we'll give it a shot, let's see what you got. Come on, let's go upstairs, let's go fuck. I just want to put this out there before we get into the story. Like I told you before, big or small, I do them all. Size is not an issue for me. I don't discriminate. I love all cocks equally. I think they're beautiful. Okay.
Pretty penis club.
Yes, absolutely. It's not about the size. It's about what you do with it.
Motion in the ocean, baby.
Yes. So this guy dropped trout and just, not impressive.
Was it a micro penis?
Yes.
Oh, no.
It was not impressive. And I was like, whatever, let's see what you got, you know? And then, like, I was excited for it. I was eager for it. And then he, like, got on top of me and, like, 0 to 60, like, jackhammering, like, right off the bat. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, what, you don't like it? And I was like, not really, no. I don't. Can we try something else? And he, like, tried a couple more things, but right back to the same thing. And I was like, damn, bro. You watch way too much porn.
Right.
Like, way too much. So, like, after 20 minutes of that, it was just painful because you were, like, smacking me with your body, essentially. So I was like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave. I can't do this anymore. So I take him out. And that was the worst experience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really
That's
bad.
terrible. Just jackhammering away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
lordy. That's awful. Freaking, my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't tend to go for younger either.
Never again.
Younger is not my thing. I prefer older guys. It's actually a little bit weird to me that this guy that I'm involved with right now is 5 years younger, or like almost 5 years younger.
Oh, really?
He's 25 and I'm 29. So depending on months that fall, 4 to 5 years older. And so that's a little bit weird for me. However, he doesn't present himself in that manner, which makes the difference. Because I look at most 20 to 25 year olds and I still see a kid. Like when I was 20 to 25, I was annoyed by people who were just like, oh, you don't know anything. But now that I'm older, you don't know anything. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter how rough a life you had growing up. Once you're thrown out into the real world, it's a whole nother ball game.
It is.
And it's a whole different ball game for us than it was for our parents. You know? So, freaking, it's just this wild adventure. But I tend to go for older. And so, yeah, especially because this individual, it's not a hit and miss. Like, it's not a hit it and quit it deal. Like, we're
like a reoccurring.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing. And even when I've had reoccurring things in the past, they're like, oh, we come over, we hit it, we talk for 10 minutes, and then they leave. There's never been any sort of anyone that was like, oh, well, maybe I'll stay over, know? But, it's just like, it's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. He presents himself older, though. We both have the same mental health disorder.
Okay. Relatable. Okay.
Yes, which I think makes the biggest difference. Because I even asked Joe, I was like, does it bother you that I like this person? And he's like, no. I knew eventually that was going to happen. You're going out and you're meeting all these people. I knew eventually you were going to actually have some sort of connection with someone.
Yeah, you're bound to.
Yeah. And so he goes, no, it doesn't bother me at all. he actually asked me because me and this individual had been talking so much every day that a few days ago he only messaged a couple times and wasn't really responsive. And so I was like, well, that's weird. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I commented to Joe, I was like, I don't know if something's going on or if I did something or if he's, you know, just having his own issue day, you know, and just, I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel
something's up.
Yeah. So Joe goes, well, did you talk to him about it? And I was like, well, no, not yet. But, like, Joe was even like, oh, well, I don't want you to be sad. Like,
right.
You know, he's super sweet, super understanding. But, fuck.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right? Terrible. It's terrible. But we have the same mental health disorder. So that's really relatable. And I was like, well, that's one thing that Joe understands is that he understands my mind and the way it works on a level that Joe never will. Because he doesn't have bipolar disorder.
Right. He doesn't know what it's like.
Yeah. Whereas on my first date with this individual, he was able to describe, like, to a T what it feels like to withdraw. And I was like, oh my God, you fucking understand. You know? So that was really nice. But, yeah. There's one guy, though. No, older does not always mean better.
No. You're accurate.
So I had a terrible experience with this one man. I don't know how much older he is than me, but we met through a friend, and we met while I was still with my daughter's father. And shortly after me and my ex split, he was like, oh ho. He's done a few of my tattoos too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He did some of my super early tattoo work. So he starts flirting with me, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. And so I go over to his house one night, and we're fooling around. We go into his room, and he closes the door, and it is so damn dark. So fucking dark. I couldn't see anything. Nothing. I was like, dude,
where are
I
we?
couldn't tell your nose from your dick right now. What the fuck? So he's trying to, like, kiss on me, and we're making out, and then he's, like, trying to get me to suck his cock, and he didn't have a sizable penis or anything. He was a smaller than average, but I was like, again, like, motion in the ocean.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I'm trying to suck his cock off, and I'm, like, giving it my all, and he's just not getting fucking hard.
Oh, no.
And I was
so
like,
dark. He needs to see.
Right? I was like, the fuck? And, like, because it's so dark, and I'm feeling around, I feel like I'm trying to fuck by Braille. Okay? I feel like I'm trying to fuck by Braille. Normally, you turn out the lights and you have a few minutes and your eyes adjust and you can see shapes at least. No. It was so dark, your eyes didn't adjust to see shapes. Fucking by
Just
Braille.
black.
Helen Keller status, okay?
Dang.
Just, where is everything? And I was just, it was horrible. And I was not into it. He was one of those guys who was, like, super aggressive about getting their dick sucked. So I will suck your cock until you come on my face. But don't grab my head and, like,
Shove it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, firstly, that's, like, you're gonna choke me to
Yeah,
death.
I'll bite you.
Yeah.
I will fucking bite you.
Yeah. I'm just like, if you give me the chance to work into it, I'll get as much as your cock down my throat as I possibly can. Like, give me a second. Let me work my way into the fucking motions. Okay.
Got a lot of room to cover here.
Right? Like, seriously, let me relax the throat, give it a little lubrications. Come on. So, I was not into it. He's, like, trying to aggressively fuck my face with his half-hard dick in the dark. I can't see his fucking face, his nipples, nothing. And then all of a sudden, there's, like, this explosion of noise and screaming from downstairs.
Whoa.
Yes. an explosion of noise and screaming and just like, it sounds like all hell has broken loose. Well, apparently he knows the people and is good friends with the people who live downstairs. And he was like, oh shit, something's going down. I gotta go and check on what's happening. And I'm like, you're in the middle of trying to get your dick sucked. Why do you gotta go downstairs and check on why your friend is freaking screaming with his woman? Like, what?
It's none of your business.
Right? So he just gets up, throws on some pants, and leaves me there in this fucking room to go and fucking check on what's happening with his friend in the apartment downstairs.
Please tell me you left.
I did leave.
Good.
I mean, he came back. I got dressed and everything, and then I was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, no, this is fucking weird. And he came back, and he was like, are you going? I was like, yeah. I'm leaving. Sorry. I was like, I am not into this situation right now. He goes, oh, it's fine. Like, they just got into an argument and shit, and, like, I had to fucking go out and be the mediator because this, that, and the other. And I'm like, no, this is just not happening. This is ridiculous. And so I go out, and he's like, well, let me walk you out to the car. It's not a good neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. And we have the most awkward fucking goodbye. And we go on our way, and we don't really see each other too much. He had, like, left town for a little bit, moved to the next town over. And the next time that I fucking saw him, he was showing up to me and my now husband's apartment to buy weed off of us.
Okay.
Like 3 years later.
Was it a shocking situation?
It was interesting. So I didn't know that he was coming to buy weed. Joe had been selling it and everything, selling all the weed. And then our friend, a mutual friend, was like, oh, well, I'm going to bring my friend by to, pick up if you don't mind, meeting my homie. Joe was like, oh, I don't mind meeting your homie at all. And then his homie comes over, and I was like, oh.
I mind.
Hi. And it was a little bit awkward, but
That's
at the
funny.
same time, it's just like, whatever, water under the bridge.
Right.
And then Joe, he leaves, like, they leave and everything, and I just start fucking laughing his ass off. And laughing my ass off. And he goes, what's so funny? And I was like, last time I saw that fool, I was trying to suck his cock, and it did not go well. And he just goes, what? And mind you, this is like the very beginning of our relationship.
Oh my
We're not even
God.
engaged yet. We've been living together for like 2 months. And he's just like, what?
Funny story.
Yeah. I was like, fucking bad braille, baby. You ever done it? It sucks.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Fucking
Dang.
terrible. But, you know what? I also had a recent shit-tastic experience.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, your black dildo reminded me of it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, I started doing, like, snaps and stuff again and all that. Well, I had this dude that he found me on Tinder. We matched up on Tinder. And we were talking for a little bit, and he's like, oh, well, when can we meet up, blah, 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 blah. And he sends me some videos, and I'm like, he has a really large cock. BBC 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yeah, we can meet up. Like, when are you free? We meet up. And this was like a couple days ago, within the past week, since I saw you last.
Okay.
So he comes over, and normally when someone comes over and we've been talking or whatever, there's like a hug and a little bit of conversation, and then, we go to our thing. This fool comes over, it's like straight to the bedroom, no hug, pants down.
Okay.
Okay.
Down to business.
Yeah. Biggest cock I've ever seen in my life. Scary, almost. I was just like, holy shit. One of those ones that it's so thick, it's not going down your throat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those. Okay. And then it was long, too. Very thick, very long. And yes. Very thick, very long. Not quite that long, but. So we freaking are hooking up, and I'm like into it. I'm down. Everything's going good. And then all of a sudden he looks at me and goes, "You good?" And I was like,
Yeah.
What? And he's like, "You good?" And I was like, I guess. Like,
What do you mean?
What are we talking about? And he's like, "Okay, cool. I gotta get to the gym."
What?
Yeah.
Wait, did he like finish or anything? Or was he just like, alright, I'm done?
I think he finished. I don't know. He's also one of the only people who's like, yeah, we're going to use a condom. Like, I have no problem with people who want to use condoms. But he was also really thrown off when I was like, hey, we have to use my condoms. Like, because we didn't have that conversation ahead of time. Normally, I have that conversation ahead of time where I'm just like, yo, I have a latex allergy. I have to be really particular about what I freaking put inside my body. I'm allergic to latex, to soy, to wheat, all this other shit. Like, we have to use my stuff. But this guy, he didn't have any conversation or anything. He just comes over, he whips out a condom, and he's just like, starts putting it on his dick. I was like, oh, whoa.
Hold up, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, we need to use my condoms. If we're going to use a condom, we need to use mine. And he was like, okay. And so but like, to put it in perspective, condom all the way unsheathed, it was only like half to 2/3 of his dick.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was huge. And so I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You good? No, I'm not good.
Oh my God, finish me. What?
Right? I'm like, I was taking that cock up. Like, what? What are you talking about? And he gets up and he like goes and he like tosses the condom in the trash and he leaves. And I was like,
oh, okay.
what the fuck was that?
Okay. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Right? I was like, you nutted, but what about me, bitch?
What about me?
I have
Oh my God.
not ever, I think, been with someone who is just like, huh. All right,
You
bye.
good?
Yeah.
You good?
He, straight up just looked at
Bitch.
me. He just looked at me. My ankle's still up on his shoulders. You good? Dick's still in me and everything. You good?
I gotta go to the gym. This is gym 30.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm in a hurry. And I'm like, psh,
Really?
why'd you come over then?
Really? That's...
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'd
That's
take fucking by
unfortunate.
Braille
That's...
any day.
That's grossly unfortunate.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I was excited when I saw your cock. What the fuck?
Fellas, for any of my fellas listening, take note. That is not how you treat a lady.
You finish your bitches off, okay?
I don't care if you're in a rush. Get her off first.
Right? Or just don't come over if you're in a rush. If you're in that big of a rush.
Or like disclaimer, like, yo, I'm trying to pull a quickie right now. I got shit to do, so let's
So
just
like
get
maybe
it.
I can fucking get a little prepared.
Yeah, right?
Like I had a guy, okay, the one who's out on deployment right now. God, I miss you. Anyway, your cock was beautiful. he messaged me a little bit ago. He's like, "Seen your snap. I miss that pussy." I was like,
yeah, I bet you do.
too bad you're still on deployment.
You only have 11 months left, so.
Right? It's only been, what, one? Anyway. But, freaking, I've had guys where it was like, we need to come and they're like, is it okay if we get straight to business? Like, that's how he has approached it. He's like, I'm on my lunch break. I don't have a lot of time.
So
and
let's
I'm
just
like,
do it,
yeah. And I'm like, dude, that's fine. But that gives me time to, like, prepare a little bit. I could be like, oh, we don't have all day for him to sit there and fucking tickle my clit. Let me
Yeah.
do a little bit
Yeah.
before he gets here, you know?
Prime the oven.
Yes. Yes. Preheat that oven, bitch.
Yep.
So, yeah. If there had been some sort of conversation about it ahead of time, maybe. But, yeah, that's rude.
Yeah, it is very rude, and it's classless.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was terrible. And he was an older dude, too. I was like, your mama did not teach you shit.
She ever teach you how to treat a lady?
Apparently not.
Mm. It's disappointing. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's been, so my husband is ready to venture out.
Oh,
Yes.
good for him.
It's been so long and he hasn't. And I feel like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He wants to. He's very adamant though, and we had talked about it a lot, that it be in a group situation for the first time. And freaking he yeah, we've talked about that.
Oh, I'm excited.
But yeah, he wants it to be in a group situation because when we went out when we opened it up, and the way that we were talking about it, when we opened it up, the intent was never for me to go out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It was always for us to be in a group situation, and that's how it started, and then it evolved. And so I was like, well, you've never gone out with anybody else. I'm not fully 100% comfortable with that idea. I'm like, I don't have like the idea of you going out and going on a lunch date with someone else. But you're okay with that with me. And he's like, no, if we were ever to do that, if I go out with somebody, it has to be someone that you bring to the table first. Like, he won't do it unless I initiate it.
Okay.
And then after that, we're gonna see. I was like, because initially we went out in a threesome setting, and then I branched off on my own because you were like, oh, okay, I'm comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so who's to say that, like May, I'm not gonna be like, yes, that's the fucking hottest shit ever. I was like, we haven't done that.
Oh man.
So yes, that's an exciting development in our relationship. I've thought about him with another woman many a times, but I'm just like,
Well, we'll see what happens.
yeah, freaking, oh my goodness.
Speaking of weird situations, I don't know, this just reminded me, but you mentioned earlier that you wanted to chat about weird requests.
Yeah.
Today, actually, Jay got a request about renting me out.
Like, for payment?
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, apparently this person that had reached out to him is in a dynamic with her master or owner, who their kink as a couple is for him to essentially pimp her out. Right? But it's not like you think it is. It's not like illegal or anything. It's not like,
prostitution.
No, but they just like they're in a relationship and they go out and they like, you know.
He's like, yo, I want you to fuck that person.
I'll pay you if you fuck my wife. Yeah. And like she asked Jay about it and he was like, we've actually never really thought about that. It's kind of an interesting realm. Like it's just like kind of spicy.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
It's a new one. I've seen it all under the kaleidoscope of colors that is the kink world.
Yeah.
I've seen it all. That is a new one.
That is
really
interesting.
Cool.
I think one of the most out there requests that I got was someone who wanted me to grow my body hair out, my armpit hair specifically, shave it off, mail it to them in a bag, and I assume jerk off to it or some shit. I don't fucking know.
That's
you know, I'm like,
cool.
I would have been down to do it, except that body hair is not comfortable for me. I'm like, I don't want to grow my armpit hair out. I can barely handle, a little bit of hair on my pussy. What are we talking about?
Right.
Like, fuck, man. I'm one of those people who I'm like, my legs are always shaved because I can't handle the feeling of prickle under my leggings. Freaking, I actually, body hair. I only recently started letting my, like, body hair grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been since having my son, because I used to shave, just completely shave everything down just because I had such irritation from just hair. I'm just like, why? It pokes through your fucking little fucking lacy panties. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's not cute.
So, I was like, I can't fucking handle it. And so I shaved everything, just completely bald for fucking, like, from puberty up until a year ago, essentially. And then it was watching porn and all this other stuff. I was like, a bush I don't want a bush. Nobody wants a bush. I don't want to fucking dive into a bush.
You need a machete.
Yeah, right? Like, freaking guys who are just like, oh, does hairy bother you? I'm like, hairy doesn't bother me as long as it's not a bush. Trim your hair, okay?
Maintain.
Yes. So I don't fucking gag on it because it gets tangled around my fucking tonsils while I'm trying to suck your dick.
Dude,
That happened to me not that long ago.
I have a tongue ring, okay?
Yes.
I can't even tell you how many times I have to, like, stop mid-BJ and, like, unravel the hair that's wrapped around my tongue ring. It's disgusting. Ugh.
So I was sucking Joe's cock the other day, and he's a hairy man. Like, almost the missing link, okay? Fucking hairy man, and he doesn't like to shave because it irritates him. And so we've gotten him some like really good quality razors with like the shave guards and stuff like that. But he doesn't maintain it as often as I would like him to. So the other day, we're trying to make a video of me fucking violently sucking his cock. And then all of a sudden, I shove his cock down my throat, and I just get this huge fucking hair just on the back of my throat. And I legit gagged, and I went to pull it out, and it was so far back in my throat that trying to pull it out caused me to vomit. And I got angry. I got so mad because I just like lean over and I just onto the bed, and there's just this like baby bird vomit on the fucking side of the bed next to us. And I was like, God fucking damn it. All I wanted was to fucking suck your dick and have you come on my face. And I couldn't even do it because I choked on your goddamn dick hair. I was so fucking mad. He was just laying there like, I'm so sorry. And of course, this is in the middle of the heat wave too.
Oh, no.
So we're heat wave crabby while I'm trying to suck his cock.
Oh.
And yeah, he was just laying there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll shave.
Poor guy.
But anyway, freaking, I don't even remember. Oh, going back to my body hair. So after having my son, I started getting like irritation when I shave. And because like nobody talks about how much pregnancy destroys your body.
Oh no, it does. 100%.
It's so insane. Like, it even affects your vision. It affects your allergies.
Yeah.
The shift in hormones during my last pregnancy took my allergies from, oh, you can eat it and it might make you sick, to I ate one scrambled egg and I'm allergic to egg whites. I ate one scrambled egg after my pregnancy and I got so violently ill that I couldn't take care of the baby because I was on the toilet for hours. I was just sitting on the toilet, just shitting and vomiting and shaking and just rejecting the food that I had eaten on such an insane level that I had to call Joe and have him come home from work.
Yo, babe, I'm dying. You need to come get the kid.
I was like, we have a newborn baby in there. Lorelai can't take care of him. I can't take care of him. I'm sick. You gotta help me. And like, it didn't used to be that way. Like, I had allergies before being pregnant, but they weren't that intense.
Right.
Well, so now I had skin irritation issues and things like that prior, and now it's just so intense that like I can't shave all the way down without it causing irritation from shaving.
Dang.
And it's like directly on my labia that I get it. And so I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? So now I trim it down. I use the Man electric razors, and I just
Yeah. That's what you need.
And I'm just like, whatever. And you know what? I've heard a lot of guys say that they like it better anyway.
Yeah.
You
One,
know?
there's more feeling.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I didn't know that. One thing that I find funny, though, speaking of feelings, is, okay, we both like bearded men, beard, mustache, so does Jay's mustache ever get so long that it tickles your clit while he eats your pussy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I love it, but that's also my signal that I have to trim it. Because I maintain his beard. I do his haircuts and his beard trims and everything. Yeah. So when that happens, it's like, oh, that feels good, but it's time to trim.
Yes, exactly. I like to trim. I like trimming Joe up.
Yeah, me too. It's like
It's not
erotic.
not even just on the face. Like, I will trim his pubic hair. You know, like, I'll trim him up. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just like, give me your balls.
See, I can't shave Jay's balls. He's like...
Joe won't let me shave his balls. He's scared. He's scared, but I would do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had Jay shave me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have never allowed anybody else to shave me.
Really?
Even, like, women have been like, oh, you're pregnant, just let him shave you or whatever. No. Not a chance in hell. Scared? I don't want someone else coming at my pussy with a razor.
Razor? You gonna cut it off? Okay, so horror story. I was shaving and trimming myself one day. I was laying in my bedroom floor, my mirror, because I have the mirrors in the closet or whatever. So I was like, splayed out, trimming, and I had these little like scissors, right? And I was like trimming, and I snipped my clit, right? Like I snipped a piece off of it, and it was the most excruciating pain I've ever felt.
Oh my god!
She bled for a few minutes, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna have sex again. I'm never gonna have an orgasm again. Oh my god. But she's fine.
Oh my goodness. So I had someone actually do permanent damage to one of my labia, one of the inner ones.
Oh, what?
Freaking, and it was like when I was young too. So I used to have the picture perfect pussy that everybody was jealous of. Like everything is 100% symmetrical,
tucked
and
away.
just like yes. So two things have happened that have changed that. One of them, I had a baby via forceps. My daughter was a forceps delivery.
Yikes.
Yeah, and like she got stuck inside of me. They tried the vacuum thing. It didn't work. And she was dying. So they were like, we don't have time. We got to get her out of you now.
Yeah.
So they shoved those fucking metal tongs in me and ripped my baby out and just ripped the shit out of me too. And then they stitched me up and they didn't stitch me up properly. So when I went home from the hospital 3 days later, I sneezed and my stitches popped. Yeah. So that obviously was a vagina changing experience altogether. Like, I mean, everybody that I've been with since is like, your pussy's so fire and all that shit. But I'm like, I know that it doesn't look the same as it did when I was 19 before I had my baby.
Yeah.
But so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, when I was like super fucking young, probably with my first boyfriend, he was fucking eating me out. And he sucked on my fucking pussy so hard that it like blood blistered one of my labia on one of my inner ones. And so after that, it was just like, I thought it was, I was scared. I was like, oh my god, is this what my pussy's gonna look like forever? Oh my god. Because I'm like 16. And freaking, it like the blood blistery part went away and the swelling went away. But it permanently like stretched out my labia for that one. So that one is just a bit bigger than the other one.
That sucks.
It's so fucking crazy. Like, and nobody would have fucking known. I never would have fucking thought that could happen.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
bizarre.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm like, you sucked my pussy a little too hard.
Did it hurt?
I mean, not at the time, but it did afterwards.
What'd you do to me?
Right? I was like, the fuck? Oh my god.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Dang.
Crazy things. Crazy things. Learn from our mistakes. Don't suck pussies too hard. Gentle. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
more you know.
Learn new things every day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do we have anything else for today? I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode of Mommy's Black Book Podcast. And send us all your goodies.
Yeah, tell us about your horrible experiences. I want to know.
Oh my goodness. Seriously. Horrible experiences. Bring us your comments. Questions. Do you have questions for us for our lifestyle?
Curiosities.
Yeah. You know. Sex ed questions. Miss May knows it all.
I don't know about knows it all. I'm on my way to knowing it all, though. Aspiring sexual education promoter. Mm-hmm.
You do great. You do great. I buy all my goodies from her, guys.
I got you, boo.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Mommy's Black Book Podcast. You can email us there or at mommysblackbookpodcast@gmail.com. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.